Alrighty guys, got my new glasses today, so I did a test video of them last night and the video came out looking a little funny, but I'm hoping it was just because my computer was processing the video a little slow since I didn't actually download it on the computer. I was just watching it off of the glasses, so if this doesn't take care of the problem, I'm at my wit's end and I'm probably just going to smash them with a hammer. But I'm going to start this one off with a little bit of a freaking rant. And it comes down to dealer service. So I've been chasing all morning trying to chase down a new set of axle seals for this thing. Now, naturally, first thing I did was look up the nearest Brilliance dealer, and for you guys that don't know how everything's been consolidated, Brilliance was bought out by Landau. Not a big deal. Landau makes really good shit. However, just because the place is a Landau dealer doesn't mean they're a Brilliance dealer. Personally, I think that's a little bit stupid, but I digress. For years and years and years, our closest Brilliance dealer was H&P Sales and Service down in LaPorte. They were a case dealer. Great place. Been around since the 30s. They started off selling like Farmall regulars and F20s and F30s and crap. So, been around forever, and I'm pretty sure they've been in the same building since the 30s because it was about what it looked like. The building was cool, but when Case went through and started, or I guess it'd be Fiat, went through and started doing all their dealer consolidation bullshit, H&P lost their franchise, so they sold out. Now there's no longer a Case dealer down there. So now, our closest Brilliance dealer defaulted to Greenmark Equipment, which is a godforsaken John Deere dealer up in Sodus, Michigan. Now, and I'm probably going to tick off a couple John Deere guys here, but Deere dealers are hands down the worst service people, or the worst for service on the face of this planet. Unless you own a John Deere piece of equipment, then they're more than happy to help you if you have something Deere. If you have one of their short line brands, they really don't want to have to deal with you. So, against my better judgment, I called up there to Greenmark this morning and said, hey, I got working on a Brilliance Culamulcher here. Landau's website says you're a Brilliance dealer. He says, yeah, we can get Brilliance stuff. And I said, do you stock any Brilliance parts? He's like, no, not really. I was like, well, great. So I said, alright, well, what are the odds are you to have some axle seals for an old Brilliance Culamulcher? And he says, well, let me look here. You got any dimensions? So I gave him the dimensions. He's like, yeah, you got a model number? And I told him I didn't have a model number because I couldn't remember it right offhand. And he says, hold on, let me look. He took my name and number. He says, I'll call you back. And I told him, okay, well, I'll go up real quick and look at the Culamulcher, get a model number off of it for you. It turns out this is a model M180. So, I got off the phone with him, went up, got the model number off the tag, which is in the back corner there. Called him back probably 15 or so minutes later and gave him the model number. He's like, alright, I just started looking. That was at, about 8:15, and it's now 11:45. Still haven't heard back from him. So, I'm just going to say screw it. I did run down to Napa. Napa could get the seals, but they couldn't get them until Monday, and I really wanted to get this thing finished up today, and I mean, really, there's not a whole lot wrong with these, so I was just going to put some in if I can get them. But anyway, I originally thought these things were felt, but I got to playing with them a little bit, and it turns out they're actually leather, which is kind of a good thing, because leather you can screw with a little bit and kind of bring it back to life. if get a battery terminal cleaner, and I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but there's a little bit of glazing right there. And what that is grease and dirt stuck in the leather. So if you take and if you got a bigger seal, you can get a wire brush in there to work too, but there ain't a wire brush we got that'll fit in here. So basically what you do is you just kind of go like this, and it roughs that leather back up and gets all the dirt off of it. And you don't got to press too hard. But you can see there, that took all that, it took that grease and crap off of it. Little spot right there yet. And it kind of, for lack of a better term, fluffed the leather back up. So that is what we're going to do there. And go ahead and get the wheel off the hub so I don't gotta try to wrestle that thing around. I really hope this video turns out, because if it turns out wavy like it did last night, I'm just gonna be pissed. I did find out though, comparing the 1080 to the 720, I couldn't figure out why the 720s, I had trouble when I was working seeing what I was doing. Well, come to find out, the 1080p's have a wider view arc all the way around, so you can see more down here and up here and either side. So that's part of that problem. Factory Brilliance grease in there. This thing, I don't think's ever been repacked. But go ahead and get that hub cleaned out real quick. Alright, got the hub cleaned up. The races look good. This one has maybe it's just grease. I could have swore I saw some chatter marks in the rear, in the outer inner race, but apparently not. Anyway, use this best tool ever invented, a bearing packer. And then all you gotta do is run it up until you get grease coming out right there. And then what I do is pull the grease out of the center and put it on the race. And voila. And just drive the seal back in. Come on out of there. And there's that. Then go ahead and pack the outer bearing and throw the hub back together. Alright. That's ready to go on. The only thing is, right here, the surface where that leather seal runs has got some crap on it. So let's take some Scotch-Brite. Nice and shiny. Need these and this. Huh. Well, I'm gonna need a socket instead. Big question is, what size is it? Ah, 1.8 inch, damn it. Really? Oh. When did we get 1.16 inch? That one's been missing forever. Okay. I'll get it right one of these days. That's awful daggum tight. I like that better. We'll slop in it. I think we're good. There we go. One down, 3 to go. Well, all the wheel bearings are done. The 2 outers weren't too bad. The 2 inners, I don't know what's different about them, but they right back in between the seal and the inner bearing was caked full of dirt. Luckily the bearings weren't hurt none, but it's probably a sign that the seals are shot. But they tightened up good, so, and they don't growl, which is always a good sign. And naturally I was finishing up this last wheel here, or getting ready to start on this last wheel, and the guy from the deer dealer finally called me back and said he was able to find, naturally called me back 5 minutes before they closed for the day because it's Saturday. But he said they did manage to find seals for it, but they were at a different store, so he couldn't help me out anyway, because I really want to get this thing done today, because that mess is coming in. So, but I wrote down the part number for the seal, so maybe next year pull it back apart, put new seals in it if these decide to take a crap on me. But scratching them to fluff the leather up seemed to help quite a bit, so I don't know, I guess we'll find out. But right now it's lunchtime, and then after that I gotta go run an errand I've been waiting to do, so we'll see how it goes, and if it goes good, maybe I'll tell you guys about it. So anyway, I guess that does it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.